So problem 14 is kind of a tough one. If you don't necessarily try to do the right things, this one's really, really tough. What I notice about number 14, though, is they tell me a relationship between x and y. So 3x minus y is equal to 12. And then they ask me to find the value of some other expression that involves x and y. So anytime I encounter a problem that presents me with bits of information like that, my initial reaction is to try to find a way to use substitution. If I know this is the relationship between x and y, I can solve that for a variable, and then I can try to see if I can have this start to simplify after that's been done. So I looked at this equation and I thought, not too bad to solve it for y. So if I add y to the other side and then subtract 12 from the left, I figure out that y is equal to 3x minus 12. And I can substitute 3x minus 12 in place of this y. So I substituted 3x minus 12 in place of y, and I ended up with this. And you might look at that and think, well, great, I don't really know what I can do to figure out the value of x because I don't know what this expression is supposed to equal or anything. But what we can do, and this is something else that's pretty useful to think about in a lot of your SAT problems that involve exponents, you can have this 8 be re-expressed as 2 to the third power. 2 times 2 times 2, 2 to the third is equal to 8. So if I re-express 8 as 2 to the third, 2 to the third to the x is really 2 to the 3x. This is now beneficial because if I'm dividing pieces that are the same base with just different powers, the shortcut to simplify that is to subtract your exponents. So I copied the base of 2. I took the exponent from the numerator of 3x, and I'm subtracting the exponent from the denominator of 3x minus 12. You definitely have to be careful with your grouping symbols here. If I distribute this negative in, 3x and minus 3x are going to cancel, but I end up with a power of positive 12 on the 2. And if you look at it, that is option A. So not that bad, definitely kind of weird if you didn't really go down the right track initially here. It's kind of tough to get to an end result. And if you had gone down one of those wrong tracks, it's really, really tempting to pick this. The value can't be determined. So think about some of the things we mentioned here and hopefully find a use for them in some of the problems you encounter.